Welcome back to Pure Science Education, and these are predicted questions on fractional distillation column topic only. Please do revise all content because anything can come up in the exam. And what I've done is I've done a slightly different type of prediction paper. Rather than writing questions down, I've done it like a mind map scenario, so it's less content on one sheet to look at as well, and you can link them up together. So you will see the first one is crude oil. A crude oil is a finite resource. Finite means something we used it once cannot be reused. It used to be called non-renewable, but now they use the word finite. It is made of hydrocarbons and ancient biomass, which was under huge pressure and temperature millions of years ago. So it's quite deep down, and you gotta get it drilled up. It's found in rocks and is mainly made out of alkenes. So there are two different types of hydrocarbons that you need to know about, and also they can ask you what hydrocarbon is as well. So hydrocarbon is made out of hydrogen carbon atoms only for 2 marks, and looking at the difference between alkane and alkene. The generic formula for alkane is CnH2n plus 2. Different fractions are different sizes, and you need to know the names of the first 10 alkanes and alkenes. So for alkenes, you got methane, ethane, propane, butane, pentane, hexane, heptane, octane, nonane, and decane. So the first 10, you can make a mnemonic to learn them as well. Now, alkanes are saturated hydrocarbons. The word saturated means carbons go full bond, and all 4 bonds are full, so you cannot add to the single bonds. And when you do combustion of alkane or any fuel normally with oxygen, the products of carbon dioxide and water are giving you a balance equation over there. So you can be asked to do a balance equation with complete combustion, which I've shown, and remember it's O2, not just O. And incomplete will be making carbon monoxide, where you can use 5.5, for example, to balance it out. Alkenes, on the other hand, are generic formula CnH2n because it's got a double bond, so you're missing the +2. It's unsaturated because of the double bond, and the word unsaturated means that you can add across the bonds. More reactive than alkane due to the double bond again, and is a product of cracking. Now, the test for hydrocarbons, alkane and alkene, is you add bromine water, and you can see in the example that bromine water gets added across the double bond. The alkene becomes alkane after the bromine water being added across. So it becomes a dibromo molecule, and at the stage at Gcse, it doesn't matter really where you put the bromines. Cracking is a process used to break large hydrocarbons into smaller useful fractions. They can ask you 2 types of cracking. One's catalytic cracking, where you use vapors of large alkanes and pass over xylite catalyst. They can ask you why you're passing it, because xylite's job is to reduce the temperature. Or you could do steam cracking, where you pass over high temperatures over steam. Other questions for the exams for 6 markers could be the fraction distillation column, how does it work, or how the fractions are made and what they're used for. So the process I have written out for you: the crude oil is heated at the bottom of the tank, as shown in the diagram as well, which is at about 450 degrees, the highest temperature, and the fraction will then evaporate. So once you heat it up, it breaks down into hydrocarbons into different fractions, which evaporate. There's a temperature gradient going from 450 to roughly 40. If you're making refined gas, then it can go up to 20 degrees. Fractions are condensed at each level, so they're cooling down and condensing. And you will notice at each level that different sizes of hydrocarbons can be collected. So at the bottom, you got the road tarmac, bitumen. At the top, you got the LPG, the camping gas. Now, uses of fractions, what they are. So you can see from the diagram, they can ask you to say what they are, where they're used, and so on. So road tarmac I mentioned already is a bitumen. You got fuel oil for the ships, factories, lubricating oil, diesel is for lorries, kerosene is for aeroplanes, naphtha is used for pharmaceuticals, petrol is for car, and refining gas is a camping gas. So very quickly, the possible questions that can come up presenting in a different format. Thank you for listening and watching. Don't forget to subscribe.